21st century learners and their impact on academia. A 21st century learner, or the digital student, is anyone born after 1982. Technology is at the center of their learning and their interactions with information. They are accustomed to using laptops, smartphones, MP3 players, and ebook readers. These technologies dramatically influence how they communicate and interact with others. The 21st century learner is constantly evolving how they locate and gather information. While traditional learners like baby boomers are emailing, the 21st century learner is texting, blogging, posting, tagging, and tweeting. They demand access to information anytime and anywhere. Their aptitudes, attitudes, expectations, and learning styles reflect the environment in which they were raised, an environment vastly different from the one that existed when faculty and administrators were growing up. The academic community has changed. Books have changed from words on a page to digitized information. Students desire collaboration and participation. Their ideas, opinions, and thoughts have been tested to see what they care about or what matters most to them. What matters most to them is to get whatever, whenever, and wherever they want it. Educators have to encourage critical thinking by helping the next generation to analyze, evaluate, and examine information. Digital technology has had a profound impact on the way this generation thinks. In comparison, research has found that the baby boomers passively consumed a great deal of TV during their critical adolescent period of brain development. This is the first generation to grow up with TV, says Sarah Zaplowski, senior research advisor at the AARP. When times are tough, when Kennedy was assassinated, this generation turned on the television. Technology may be changing our students, and in turn, our students are changing technology. The 21st century learner prefers interaction when they learn learning as opposed to a one-way lecture. Technology has affected the way the 21st century learner physically interacts with their learning environment. Smartphones allow users to email their professors about an assignment, text a librarian with a research question, surf the internet, post to their blogs, project photos and video on walls, almost simultaneously. Digital learners who have used laptops have gone to thinner, sleeker, more pared-down versions called netbooks. Even MP3 players now have wireless access to the internet. So, what's next in how the 21st century learner interacts with their environment? More hybridized technology, an example of this being the new iPad, which is a mashup between a netbook and an MP3 player. According to generational consultant and researcher Cam Marsden, the 21st century learner feels entitled to life's rewards without paying their dues. For some reason, this generation has less free time than any other. The digital student needs instantaneity and control over their environments. They want to be able to choose what they want, when they want it, wherever they want it, and they are demanding it now. Systems have to be designed to match those needs. To engage these learners, we must explore ways to develop synergistic relationships between their demands and the learning experiences required for engaged, stimulated learning. The digital learner grew up with digital technology from birth. They prefer instant gratification, they are socially interactive, visual, and kinesthetic. They learn by doing and when they are actively participating in an activity rather than passively listening. This approach gives them more control over their learning. By comparison, traditional learners are the receivers of information and the teacher is the dispenser. Much of the assessment of the learner is focused on the importance of one right answer. Traditional education is more concerned with preparation for the next grade level and in-school success than with helping a student learn to learn throughout life. Second Life, or SL, is the Internet's largest user-created 3D virtual world where users can socialize, connect, and create using voice and text chat. SL is a virtual canvas for creativity. It can be used for distance learning as well as classroom learning. Participants engage in virtual worlds using avatars, or simulated representations of their physical selves. These beings can be manipulated using the computer to fly, talk with others, shop, show emotions, or commit crimes. In essence, they can do anything in this fantasy world that can be done in the real world. Digital students want relevancy to the real world through technology. They want to have fun while they learn. Routine multitasking behavior may cause them to lack critical thinking skills. This has caused some concern about the 21st century learner's ability to analyze and evaluate materials. Answering that concern are researchers and organizations like the Pew Institute and the Kaiser Family Foundation that examine how technology transforms the way young people think, learn, and interact. The John D. and Catherine T. MacArthur Foundation series on digital media and learning examines the effect of digital media tools on how people learn, network, communicate, and play, and how growing up with these tools may affect people's sense of self, how they express themselves, and their ability to learn, exercise judgment, and think systematically. For more information on the MacArthur Foundation's Digital Media and Learning Initiative, visit www.digitallearning.macfound.org. Applied technology can be a great teaching tool. Learners are using increasingly sophisticated technology at younger and younger ages. They have learned by play, and they have played while learning. 21st century learners are producers, collaborators, researchers, and publishers before they even reach adulthood. Libraries are in the unique position of integrating information and research with the learning styles of the NetGen student. Librarians are discovering and creating new ways to make accessing information more approachable for 21st century students by integrating guides for quality resources into Blackboard and by exploring ways to increase the library's presence in general web search engines. Libraries as an institution also need to be more cognizant of the learning styles of the NetGen student and the reliance on visual cues and using the internet by building web pages that are more visually oriented. Students prefer the global searching of Google to more precise, controlled language and time-consuming searching provided by the library, where students must make searches separate for the online catalog and every database of potential interests. They want to be able to click one time to retrieve all of the information that they need. The NetGen student wants a full gratification of their request as fast as possible. Libraries are beginning to take resources to where the student wants to find them. Libraries and the global search provider OCLC are partnering with Google so that information from scholarly, peer-reviewed journals, books, and theses and other academic resources can be accessed through Google Scholar search services. Integrating digital content into their searchable content is becoming increasingly important to the NetGen student, who may wish to study an audio recording of political speeches and incorporate segments into a term paper, as well as access books and journals on a topic. For more information on the topics discussed in this presentation, stop by the Information Services Desk on the second floor of the library, contact the Information Services Department by phone at 757-823-8517, or email libraryinfo@nsu.edu.